Good evening. What's up, everybody? What's up, Isaiah?
What's going on, my brother?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, and you?
Not too bad.
Yeah, I got a little something interesting I'd like to share with you, John. On a little maintenance call I went on recently. You know when I if y'all remember that carrier package unit that I did some work on, John.
Yeah.
Well, when I was walking across the roof to check the other two that I did some repairs on about a leak repair on about a year ago,
Right.
found one of them had a brand new, outdoor fan motor, and evidently the guy didn't have the right run cap, which I find very ridiculous. They put a 15 microfarad on a 5 microfarad outdoor fan motor.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yep, it's unbelievable. Some of the stuff you see. I just find it so funny. Just when I see that, just gotta laugh. Yeah, the one, if I remember correctly, the other one that did some repairs, and like I told you about years back, a couple of years back, is starting to leak. A little more leaks on that unit are getting worse. Where they had two or three little, pinhole leaks, but they're starting to get bigger. And I saw a couple of oil spots on the condenser coil. So I said, "Oh shit!" It
Yeah.
was a few pounds low and for a few pounds low in refrigerant. So I gassed it back up. And when I go back next spring doing maintenance, I'm gonna check it again. If it's low again, I know the definitely more leaks have popped up.
Right.
Oil. Yeah. So how was your Thanksgiving, Mr. John?
It was good. How about y'all?
It was great.
Good. What's up, Brandon, Sydney, Jose, Rocky Top? Rocky Top. I don't know, man. If we'll hear from him again, I haven't. I'm not sure. Hey, Rich, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, Rich?
Well, guys, like I said, this hangout is open, so the link is in there. You click that link, and you can come on in. And if you don't want to show your face, all you have to do is do this right here. Oh, wait, not that. Oh, yeah, right here. You just do that right there, and everybody can hear you. Uh, but uh, but nobody will be able to see you. What's up, Bobby?
What's up? Um, whew. Well, that was something, dude. Like I've never seen that before. I still can't get over that. What I saw on that roof. Hmm.
How's your dad doing?
You're doing a lot better. Yeah. Then one of my cousins in my family just went in the hospital recently. She just had a valve in the heart replaced, and
Oh
she's
yeah.
not doing well.
You said she's not doing well.
No, sir.
Oh, I hate to hear that.
Yeah, I hate to hear that too. Yep. Yep, and I know some of y'all can remember that old carrier package unit, John, that in Baton Rouge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and from what I've heard, what I heard from it, it's been cool and fine, and it just but yeah, ever did the maintenance on it, ever did the maintenance on it last? The compressor, oil compressor had finally, bit the dust, and they just replaced it recently, past summer,
Somebody
and got
else
it up and
replaced it.
running. Yep, all they want to do. Yeah, that's where my home is, on them rooftops. Yeah, in my opinion, I enjoy, a commercial.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't plan on it, Forrest. I'm definitely trying to stay away from that. So no, I don't think I'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're in a new area and you don't have a ton of work like this time of the year, you would consider doing something like that. But man, during the summer, I stayed very busy, and I actually went on a
Yeah.
service. We actually went on a service call yesterday morning, and it looks like it's going to be a change out. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to avoid that, Forest, if I can. I really don't want to do that.
Yeah.
If I did do it, it would be very, very temporary. But as of right now, no, I don't plan on it.
Yep. And you know what I'm took a liking to, John, is the Heil. ICP equipment. It's pretty nice.
It's all the same. The Heil, it's just nothing but a sticker.
Yes, sir. Yep, that's correct. Heil, Heil, Arcaware, Temp Starter,
Yeah,
Day and Night, all
yeah,
of them.
it's all the same.
Yep.
What's up, Beal? Yeah, Forrest, I've thought about that, man. But we'll. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna try to hold off on doing that. Zach, a few of them were closed completely. Some of them opened up and stayed open till like noon or 1. Like my Ream and Comfort Maker distributor, they stayed open till about 1. And which was good, because when I went on that service call yesterday, I needed a jug of 22. My 22 was just about empty, so I had to go get one. But hey, Gary, how you doing? Hey, you know what? Anybody in here familiar with Duquesne furnaces? Like real familiar?
Let me get my phone. Hold
Hey, Randy, how you doing?
What's up, Randy? How you doing, brother?
What'd you put in back when, Bobby? You just getting started in HVAC, Randy? Oh, Duquesne. Okay. I got a furnace, and it's one of those furnaces. It looks like an old standing pilot. It's got the same cabinet design, but it's not a standing pilot. It's actually an induced draft with a pressure switch and all that on it, but it's got but all that stuff's on the outside. You don't have to take any doors off to get to it. I found a model number, but I can't find a serial number. The only other number I can find, they're calling it a manufacturer's number. Would that be the serial number? because I'm trying to find out the year on this thing. And if that's the manufacturer's number, I'm guessing this is a 2010. It's nothing that I put in. It's just something. Charlie, you talk like that again, you'll be thrown out of here. Um, Probably so, Zach. Especially if you're a journeyman plumber, they probably make as much as an HVAC tech. I mean, it doesn't look that old, Bobby. Like I said, I mean, it's an induced draft, and I mean, I don't have a picture of the furnace itself. Yeah, you can hold you can ask questions, guy. Hey Matt, what's up, dude? Hey Matt, look, here's the link, dude. If you want to join in.
What's up, Matt? Yeah, I'm gonna be getting a new work phone, John.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my old one's my screen shattered and my back of my phone shattered.
Oh yeah. And see, what you got to remember is, Bobby, is that gas furnaces last a really, really long time in Louisiana because they don't get used that much. I mean, it's tomorrow's December 1st, and we're running the air conditioning. It's like, let's see what the temperature is here. Yeah, I mean, it's 75 degrees right now. Oh, I got you, Matt. Yes, Josh, that's Zaya. So we don't use gas furnaces here. Gas furnaces last a really, really long time here. And the furnace doesn't look bad at all. So it'd be just a condenser and coil swap out on that job, because I will probably buy this summer, Forest, but the guy that called me out, it's his son's house, and his son is a single father who has full custody of his son, and his father's actually paid me to gas it up yesterday, which I found a massive refrigerant leak on the suction service valve. I was able to snug up the valve to get it to stop leaking, so bad, and then I nylogged it. But it's like an old 1990 Linux. So I told them, it's just best to replace it, and he agreed. So I sent him some quotes, and I'm waiting to see which way he wants to go with it. Well, yeah, Bobby, it can be like that too. Here, you never know what the weather's going to do. Somebody else come in here, y'all. Don't be scared. Click that link right there. If you don't want to show your face, there's a button when you get in here called Stop Cam. You press it, your face will look like that, but everybody will still be able to hear you. So if you don't want to show your face, just do that. Thank you, Choo Choo. I appreciate that. Hey, like I said, Randy, you don't have to show your face. Just hit that. There's a button. It'll say Stop Cam, and it won't show your face. Gas valve on a 98 American Standard. R22. I mean, we've been knowing about that for several years now. I mean, there's still going to be plenty of 22 out there to buy. Now, remember, come January 1, it's not illegal to buy it. If the supply houses have it left over in stock, they can still sell it. It's just that they can't get any more, and no more will be produced. And people are going to mix it. They're going to dump. They're gonna dump, replacement refrigerants on top of it. So, I'm telling y'all, R22, it's still going to be around for a while. Brandon, no, I mean, it's not happening right now. I mean, there is talks about it in the next few years, but it's not happening right now. Yeah, and I mean, these supply houses, man, they are loading up with R22. I mean, loading up with it. And as long as they got it before January 1, they can sell it all day long. And believe me, they're loaded up with it.
And that's a good thing. Yep. I know one of my suppliers here, John, and which is Carino. They're not keeping much of it, but I know United Refrigeration, aka Acme Refrigeration, is stocking up on it. Carrier is too. Over here.
Oh, everybody's got it. Goodman over here has it. I buy my Freon at Goodman because Goodman has the best prices on Freon here.
Yeah, that's very true. Our Goodman distributor does too.
Yeah, but do y'all have a Goodman store or a supply house?
We have a Goodman store.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I think, if I remember correctly, Jackson Supply.
Oh no, Goodman. That's not a Goodman store. That's a distributor.
Yes, that's two of our distributors.
See, Jackson I don't have it. I don't have a distributor. We're direct. The name of the store is Goodman.
Yeah.
It's a Goodman factory store.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge and New Orleans don't have Goodman stores for some reason.
Yeah, I wish they did. Easy to get parts for them.
Yeah, y'all have Jackson Supply and Johnstone. There is a rumor floating around Lafayette right now, though, that Johnstone is coming here and United Refrigeration is supposed to be coming here. All right, somebody else click that link and come in here. I even started early tonight. Again, if you don't want to show your face, hit the stop cam button and it'll look like this and nobody has to see who you are. From Alexandria. Click that link up here. I'll put the link in. I want to know who this is. Because if you do HVAC in Alexandria, chances are I know who you are. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to.
Whew. Yeah, I'm ready for it. Honestly, get ready for AC, ready for it to kick back off again. That's running around.
Yeah, we still got a little while though.
Yep.
How you doing, Bobby?
Yep. What's up, man?
Which one are you in the chat?
Bobby.
Okay. What was it? Bobby Fox, right?
Yes.
Okay. How you doing?
Yeah, that's it, Bobby Fox.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're saying. The guy from Alexandria. Okay, I got you. Well, Bobby, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you been doing it?
Hang on, I think something's.
Charlie G, they're pretty much all manufactured overseas. Bobby, you with us?
Yeah, I think I'm delayed though.
You shouldn't be delayed.
I don't know. It sounds like it. Anyhow. Yeah.
Are you in business for yourself or what?
Yes. I think I'm getting everything twice somehow.
Oh, you're getting. Are you watching YouTube? Also,
yeah,
you're gonna have to mute YouTube. That's why you're hearing everything twice.
Okay, now I think I got it.
Okay.
Yes. Well, my dad started the company in 1977.
Oh, wow.
It's Central Piedmont Heating and Air, and it's kind of what I grew up doing. We kind of stepped back. We sold out probably in the late 90s, but kept doing it on the side. And recently, I retired from another job, and we've been kind of getting back into it.
Okay.
Kept the original company name, and we're kind of up and running. Sad thing is, the second job we did one change out, and then my second job, which looks like we're starting this week, is a commercial with 2 new 6-ton Daikin's and about 160 foot of metal duct lined.
Oh, okay.
Kind of starting out a little quicker than I wanted to on that.
What part of North Carolina are you in?
We're central. We're between Charlotte and Greensboro, kind of right in a big hub right there. So
okay.
Grew up as a Bryant dealer, but right now we do some Arco Air, which is about the same thing.
Yeah, it's all.
And then I got a Goodman Daikin dealer like about a half mile from my house.
And who is that? Because North Carolina doesn't have direct stores.
No, it's not. It's actually a small mom and pop op. It's called Lexco. Okay. They've been in business for about 50 years, and they're pretty good people to deal with.
Yeah, well, that's good. You know, man, that's really what it's about. Is not so much the equipment. I always tell people, only ones I'll ever say stay away from is anything with a micro channel. You know, other than that, you know, if they take care of you, it really doesn't matter. You know what equipment it is, as long as they're going to take care of you when an issue arises.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of which, on that topic, John, it's just like my cousin. You know, is a general manager for solar supply over here, and you know he gets us taken care of when we need either parts for motors or anything like that we would need.
Yeah,
he's a good guy to deal with.
Yeah. The only problem is he's got that equipment with that micro channel.
Yeah, it's the only problem.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's some good Black Friday deals from what I've seen. I've heard and I've seen.
You got a shout out in the chat, Isaiah.
Oh, really? Well, let me see. Because I'm not paying attention to the chat. My bad. I appreciate it. Yeah, but my 4-year anniversary is coming up, John. For me doing HVAC.
Yeah. Can you see the chat, Bobby?
No, I kind of went away. Do I need to look at both of them?
Yeah, you would have, like, whatever you were watching YouTube on, just mute it, and you should still be able to look at the chat.
Okay.
Because
All right, Josh, Mason, appreciate you coming in, man.
Joe Shear, he said, what kind of Daikin unit is 6 tons?
On their commercial lines, they got a DCH series.
I've seen 6-ton units before.
Daikin, with their commercial line, you actually have to go to 2 different websites basically, but their commercial line goes up, I think, 12.5 ton. Maybe 15. I know they make a 12.5.
Oh yeah, Joe, I'm surprised that you've never seen a 6-ton before. There actually is 6-ton equipment out there. I mean, it's not 90,000 BTUs. You know, it's less than that. So it's actually classified as a 6-ton. I believe I've seen it from Train or no, maybe not Train, but Carrier. I've seen it with Carrier. But it still jumps up. It still goes to 3-phase, right? 3-phase.
Yeah, it's all 3-phase. That's why we would have probably been on Goodman, but we needed the 3-phase for the job.
Is this a package unit or a split system?
It's a package 3-phase heat pump.
Okay.
They're running. I can't remember what the total BTU was, but it's listed as a 6.
Yeah, the BTUs are kind of crazy. They come out to be a little more than 6 tons, but they're not 90,000 for a 7.5. So it's
right.
It's classified as a 6.
Yeah, these were 6-ton or 15.5 SEER. It's a CKH.
Right. I used to have a customer back in Alexandria I took care of. There was a residential neighborhood that had 3-phase power in it, and some of the houses had 3-phase. And this guy had a 7.5-ton system on his house. Split system. He sure did. I didn't put it in, but I took care of it for him. Yep, he sure did. I'll never forget that house. No, like I said, Josh, I used to take care of a guy with a 7.5-ton on his house. Every now and then in that neighborhood, not every house had it, because when we would do a change out, now I changed out a lot of 4 tons, 3 tons in that neighborhood that were 3-phase condensers. But of course, we went back with a single-phase system. No, it wasn't. It was. I mean, it was a big house, but it wasn't nothing fancy. There's the link again if anybody else wants to join. We'll go. I don't know yet. Yeah, it was what you drinking there, man? Moonshine?
Hey, we're in North Carolina.
I used to have a guy, Mr. Ken, that used to come on these things, and he would drink his moonshine. Well, yeah, Josh. I mean, I wasn't going to put a 3-phase back in somebody's house, especially if we wanted to go more efficient than a 13 SEER or 14 SEER. I mean, we had to go with single phase. I mean, why not? Meter of choice. What? I don't know. Just call them and they'll deliver theirself. Yeah. I use Field Piece from now. I'm we talked about this a little bit last time, but Fluke is a great meter too. But I think Field Piece is definitely more HVAC based, and that's why I use Field Piece.
My drink.
What about
That's
you,
it.
Bobby? What meter do you use?
Oh, I do a lot of Fluke.
Yeah. Yeah, Fluke is good stuff. I mean, I don't have an issue with Fluke at all.
Really, our United Refrigeration store is about the only field piece dealer.
Really?
Yeah.
See, around here, you can't hardly find Fluke unless you go to an electrical supply house.
Yeah, that's about right.
There's a couple hard. There's a couple HVAC supply houses that have the HVAC Fluke stuff, but not many.
Well, we have a Baker's distributor.
Yeah, we have that here.
Yeah, it used to be Thermoid Industries.
Oh yeah, it was Thermal. It was Pamico or Famico or something like that.
Yeah.
And then wasn't it Sid Harvey at one time too? Or that's a whole different outfit. But yeah, it was all kind of shit.
Yeah, I worked for a supply house for a while. At the time, it was called Swainco, which was local. They ended up being bought out by Hughes Supply. They were a York distributor.
Right.
So put in a lot of York units over the years too.
Okay. Yeah, well, my dad was the York dealer. I had to mute Isaiah for a minute. He's moving around a lot.
Yeah.
My dad was a York distributor for many years before Johnson Controls got their hands on him.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that.
Somebody asked about duculator or something. I saw.
Can you see the chat now?
Yeah, I did, and I saw it going by, and I caught the word duculator, and it was Manual J or duculator or something. They were.
Oh, he's probably asking about load calculations. A lot of guys ask about that.
Yeah, the duculator really don't give you a load calculation. It's just your velocities and sizing.
Yeah, it's just how to size your duct.
Yeah, I got this one that I've had for 20 years.
There you go.
Piston. I don't think they've changed any.
Yeah, piston or TXV. That's to me, honestly though. I mean, if you're doing 14 SEER, I mean, Goodman still has a match with a piston. Anything above that has to be a TXV. So, I mean, it's your preference. Come on, guys. I put the link in the chat again. Don't let Bobby be the only one to finally join in here. Isaiah, I got you. I'm gonna unmute you now. You were kind of making a lot of racket there, buddy. Can you hear me, Isaiah?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to get my charger to work for my phone.
Oh, come on now, Josh. Why don't you click that link and come on in here? Oh yeah, the Forest, like Aries and Armstrong, and Goodman does a piston. Actually, so does ICP. You can get a ICP and Carrier and Bryant, all the same shit. They have two different air handlers. Now, I'm not very familiar with Bryant and ICP model numbers, but I'm very familiar with ICP model numbers. Like the air handlers here If you get a FEM4P, that's a piston. If you get a FEM4X, that's a TXV. But now the cased coils with ICP, all coils, slab, case, it doesn't matter. They have a TXV. You don't really have a choice. But I use ADP coils a lot, man. ADP coils are fantastic. I really like them. Like that job that I'm getting ready to do, hopefully this week, it's going to be a ring condenser with a ADP slab coil. I have to use a slab coil because the roof line is so low that ADP, their horizontal coils, everything comes out the top. The line set connects at the top. The door comes off at the top. So if you would ever have to pull that coil out for warranty issues, I wouldn't be able to get it out. I wouldn't have enough room. So I'm going to use a slab coil. So, I mean, I really like ADP coils. I know there's some guys out there that don't like them, and there's some guys that do, but I really like them. I don't like the ring coil. They're too big. Damn ream coils are too big, man. They're huge. They're ridiculously too big. Yeah, ADP's good stuff. I agree, Forrest. I mean, I like it. And, you know, every time you, like with ICP, none of their coils match the furnace. You know, it's like Goodman. You lay a gas furnace down and you try to butt the coil's like that much bigger. So you got to have a transition made in between. Joe, you must not do a lot of gas, man. Well, I know you do most of the heat pump because I've seen some of these ream coils that are as tall as the furnace. The furnace is like 34 inches tall or 33 inches tall. The coil's like 30 inches. They're huge. What's up, Trevor?
What's up, my brother?
You better not knock that damn Christmas tree over on me. Well, Zap, that's not so much a transition as it is a blank off, ain't it? Because I think I know what you're talking about. It comes it comes with insulation and everything, and that's not really good to blank the coil off like that. I don't like that. I never did do that when I sold Goodman. I built a actual transition from the furnace to the coil so that the coil would get full airflow across it. Yeah, I mean, that whole top of the coil isn't getting any. I mean, it's maybe getting a little bit of airflow, but I did a full transition to where the airflow went across everything. Damn, Trevor, he hasn't worked you since Thursday. That's unusual. Oh, that just looks so stupid, man. Rocky Top. Hello.
Hey there, John. How you doing? Can you hear me? My voice is real bad.
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Name's Matt. Hey there, John. How you doing? Can you hear me? My voice is real bad.
You need to mute your YouTube, buddy.
All right, hold on. Can you hear me? My voice is real bad.
need to mute your YouTube, buddy.
There we go. How's that?
Okay, that sounds better.
Yeah, it's first time at the stream yard. I got a sore throat. You can hear that.
Oh yeah.
Let's back up about 10 minutes. What was the name of the guy that drank all that bootleg whiskey?
Mr. Ken.
How do you spell that?
Yeah. So who are you in the chat?
Well, he's probably kinfolk to me because we got the same last name. I asked a little while back if wannabes could sign in here. I've done a lot of auto repair HVAC, but only a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And looking at a York Diamond 80 gas furnace.
Uh-huh.
The inducer fan comes on, the igniter comes on. There's no 24-volt signal to the gas valve. System times out after 3 tries. So I had to walk away from that. I'm going to back probe the 12-pin Molex connector at the board tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was going to tell you. You need to try to find where your 24 volts on the board is coming from.
Yeah. I suspect that the relay on the board may be crapping out. And I may be looking at a board.
Yeah, could be.
If I went with a used board, am I wasting my time, or what's your recommendation there?
I mean, where would you get the used board from?
eBay.
Yeah, that you're taking a shot. You're taking a pretty good chance with that.
Well, yeah, it's been a bulletproof. I know the late model Yorks don't have the reputation they used to have.
Well, no, the Diamond 80s were fantastic.
Yeah, the Diamond 80s enjoy a very good reputation. And
yeah, my dad. Oh yeah, my dad installed many of those, and he doesn't need to change the furnace, Josh, just because he's not getting 24 volts of the gas valve. Come on now.
I can't hear Josh.
No, he's in the chat.
Okay. So assuming then I'm looking at a bad board, is that what you would think in this situation?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're not getting 24 volts to the gas valve, there's something on the board. The board's not sending it. So,
I see some ridiculous prices on the new boards. So I don't know what. Obviously you get them wholesale. What could I expect to pay retail?
Man, I have no idea. I haven't priced a board on a Diamond 80 in a while.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
All right. Well, that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna sign off on my throat. Give out.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in for a minute.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Okay, buddy.
All right. Yeah, you know what I'm thinking about doing, John, one day?
What's that?
Going in business for myself one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it.
John.
Yes, sir.
I know you'd said, I think one day we were chatting just on the chat. You said you didn't do new construction.
No.
And you stay busy?
I mean, this time of the year, no, I'm not setting the world on fire at all. But during the summer, yeah, more than I could handle.
Okay.
But I don't do new construction. Now, I don't know how it is over there, but down here, contractors don't want to pay. So I don't do it. The only way I'll do new construction is if the customer pays me to do the job. So there's no money in it. Down here anyway. Right wing, yeah, we don't see oil here in Louisiana. I've never seen an oil furnace.
Well, you're lucky because they're a pain.
Yeah, that's what I hear, but we just don't have them here.
We actually have a thermopride factory about 30 minutes from the house where they actually build them.
Wow.
Go down there and buy direct from the factory.
Will they let y'all do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can take a flatbed down there and pick them up.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And they would say thermopride, if it's oil, thermopride is probably one of the best out there.
Right. I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, I've heard that.
They built how we put in several. They started building a package oil pack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they built it for a couple of years, and I think they've
abandoned.
stopped.
Yeah.
But boy, they were popular for a while.
Yeah, I've never even seen one in person, man. Never seen an oil furnace. I've only seen a handful in 16 years. I've seen a handful of 90% furnaces. We don't even have those here.
Wow.
It's just because we don't use enough heat. I mean, you got some of these big companies that probably sell them and continue to service them. But, I mean, selling somebody a 90% furnace down here is just it's just stupid. I mean, they don't need it, you know?
Well, around here in the 60s and 70s, oil heat got real big. There's not a lot of natural gas service, and people were scared of propane. They got them myths about the explosions, this, that, blah, 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 and a lot of people went into oil in the 70s. So when Dad started the company in 77, and most of what I started was in the early 80s. And I can remember as a kid, he used to keep a bottle of K-Rose syrup in a little tool bag that we used for oil furnaces because they had the older ones had a little bitty tiny belt drive for the oil pump itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that belt would get a little oil on it and it would slip and it wouldn't pump. You wouldn't build the pressure.
Right.
And he would take that belt out and rub K-Rose syrup all over that belt and put it back on there. That thing would run from then on.
Yep, and something, John. Back when my dad started in this back in '68, he did see a cut, for the old, slave houses, John.
Uh-huh.
He had worked on it. He took care of a bunch of them. And had, worked on a couple of gas boilers, for the central heat.
Right.
Back in the '60s. So that's the only. That was the first time ever he saw one. That was the first time I've ever heard him talk about one.
Yeah.
He said, well, I tell you what, they are a pain in the ass to work on. Especially trying to get to light the pilot, manually light the pilot on them.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, Bosch has got some nice tool. Nice tool on it. It's out now.
Oh, what now?
Bosch has got some nice tools that have just came out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Not that price either.
Speaking of Bosch, I found out some interesting information about the 2.0 condenser.
Yeah.
Bosch come out with the new, 20, I think it's a 20 SEER or a 21 SEER. And it looks like the Bosch thing is just be like a one-hit wonder or whatever. I've installed a handful of the 18 SEERs, and they've been great. And they have a Mitsubishi compressor in them. But the new ones are ugly as hell. The cabinet's different, and they're ugly. And they don't have a Mitsubishi compressor in them. They have a Midea, the people that make them. That's who makes Bosch. It's Midea. And they're running their compressor instead of a Mitsubishi.
Huh.
So I don't know. I don't know what to think about that.
Here's the line.
Hey, John, what's the big deal with all the HVAC videos on YouTube about these Vito bags?
I just uploaded one the other day.
I saw it.
Yeah, it's Vito. I didn't learn about Vito until I started YouTube in 2012, and they're really good tool bags. It's just they're pricey as hell, but they have a no hassle warranty for 5 years. They're good tool bags, man. You think about it. I mean, look, I got this tool bag right here. Let me show you. This was really my go-to tool bag before Vito. It's an ADP tote from Lowe's, but you can see the straps broke. I had to tie them off because the clips broke, and that was only, you can see with that knot right there. This knot because the clip broke, and I mean that was only after a couple months of work, so if you keep, the Vitos are expensive, but if you keep buying tool bags over and over, you're pretty much invested in a Vito. But I never really could find the right Vito for me. Either it was too big or too small, or I didn't like this about it or like that, except for that one I did a video on the other day, that TPXL.
Mm-hmm.
That's been my favorite. I really, really like it.
I guess I grew up old school because if I'm crawling under houses, I still got an old fiberglass slide box Dad had forever.
Yeah.
And if I'm doing anything else, walking or going up on a roof, I have a tool belt. I mean, I just.
Right. Let's see. Somebody said Medea makes Mitsubishi for Mitsubishi. Well, I was unaware of that. I thought Mitsubishi made their own shit. Oh, yeah. Gary says he won his first Vito bag from me in a contest. Which one was that, Gary? Right. Which bag was it? Yeah, Rich, the TPXL dude is freaking sweet. I love it. Now it's service based, don't get it and try to load it up, for service and installs, because it ain't big enough for that. But I mean, I love it. I love everything about it. I like how it opens up to the top and everything. I really like it.
I still think you need to give away one of those Minnesota duck blaster leak test kits for duct work.
Oh, what's that?
It's the Minneapolis duck blaster.
Oh, a duck blaster. Yeah.
Only $2,800.
Yeah.
We actually have a guy around here that's all he does is most of the contractors don't like doing it themselves. And so he goes around and just does leak testing for all new construction. He's making a living just testing duck.
Right. Wow. What Tech 5, who are you talking about? Nearly every HVA video the guy has. What guy? Talking about a couple leftover empty veto bags. Oh, the MCT? Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, the MCT is a good bag.
Yep. Yeah, that's very true. John, from all over, that I'm using just, for service or just troubleshoot, is my TP4 electrician style bag. So that I'm using in my big bag, my Klein. I use just, for service and installs.
Right. I got you, Tech 5. Yeah, see, this guy says Forrest said in Cali, you got to have a third-party duct tester. See, over here, you don't. We can carry the duct tester ourselves and test it ourselves, but you have to leave it hooked up so the inspector can see it. But it doesn't have to be from a third party. You can do it yourself. Again, I don't do new construction, and a duct blasting test is not required on change outs. So, but on construction it is. And you just have to leave the machine hooked up so the inspector can see it. The MB2 is a good bag. I used to have the MB2. The MB3 just came out. It looks pretty nice. There is no Carl. There okay. In Louisiana, there's a journeyman plumbing license and a master plumbing license. And there's a journeyman electrician license and there's a master electrician license. I know other states like Kentucky and all that, they have the same thing: journeyman HVAC, master HVAC. Is no journeyman HVAC here. There's no master HVAC here. So technically, you don't have to have shit here except an EPA, unless you're going to do over 5 tons. If you do over 5 tons, you have to have your mechanical license. But as long as you stay under 5 tons, all you really got to have is your EPA, and your insurance, general liability, and all that good stuff. But no, there is no journeyman HVAC license. There's no master HVAC license here. Unfortunately. Yes, Texas is one of the states you have to have a master. But here you don't. And it's unfortunate.
They call it a little different. In the NC, we have H1, H2, H3, 1 being the higher. So if you're an H3, you can do up to 10 tons. An H2 is unlimited. And then if it's any water systems, boilers, or whatever, you have to have an H3 contractor's license.
See,
and your EPA.
Right. See, for some reason here, they take the plumbing and electrical very seriously. You got to have a journeyman, you got to be an apprentice so long before you can get your journeyman electrician or plumber. And then after you get your journeyman, you can turn around and take your master plumber or master electrical. But in HVAC, there ain't shit except your mechanical license, and you can just go walk in and take your mechanical license right now.
It's for 4,000 hours.
Yeah, well,
required
with the mechanical license, you can just go walk in and take it right now. Yeah. So it's unfortunate. Where are you located at, Carl? Texas. Okay.
25 tons on a residential license.
Up to 25 tons on residential.
Wow.
That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I wish they would tighten up on it here, but you know, the chances of that are pretty slim, probably. What do you mean you can't get StreamYard to work? You're trying to do it on your phone? iPad. You have to. I know people that have done it before. You have to like copy the link and then open up Safari and paste it in Safari. I mean, it should work. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier, Wild West. I used to take care of a customer back in Alexandria in a residential neighborhood that had a 7.5 ton on his house.
I've never seen that before, John.
Yeah. And that neighborhood actually had a lot of three-phase in it.
How close are you to Slidell and that part of Louisiana?
Slidell, probably an hour and a half, I'd say.
Spent about 6 months down there after Katrina. I did a lot of hazmat work for a company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we actually built water purifying plants.
Oh, wow.
Hey, hey John, in Slidell they have two gas stations right off the interstate. Two fuel stations.
What about them?
Well, the store Fuel Zone, John. That my dad's business partner owns that store.
Oh, okay.
We just did a bunch of canopy work for the columns.
Right.
The whole freaking canopy was fixing to cave in, literally. You on top of that thing is literally like this, swaying side to side.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I take that back. But I'm actually about 2 hours away from Slidell. I just looked it up, so I'm a little further from Slidell than I thought.
Are you up there closer to the Duck Dynasty?
Oh no! I'm not close to them. No, I'm in South Louisiana. I'm in Lafayette. But I'm not. No, I'm not up there by them. That's way up in North Louisiana. Whose dog is that?
That was mine.
Oh, okay. What kind of dog is it?
Red Heeler.
Oh, I have a. Well, it's not with me. I left it with Dad because he's got land. But I had a blue heeler.
Oh yeah. Then you know.
Oh yeah. I still have him, but he's with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love him. His name's Cowboy. He's a good dog.
Mine's Zip, and he rules the roost.
Is he hyper?
Oh yeah.
Mine too, man. That son bitch is so hyper.
Smart. Really smart.
Very smart. Very, very smart. But hyper. I mean, he's getting a little older now. He's probably about 9 or 10, about 8 or 9 years old. But yeah, he looks just like mine, except he's red. But
yeah.
But man, they're hyper. How old is he?
2.
Oh wow. Yeah, man, I remember when mine was 2. Good God, yeah, oh Lord.
It's a handful.
Yeah, they're good dogs though.
Yeah.
They really are. After he, oh man, I'm gonna cry like a baby when he passes away because he's getting up in age. You know, he's about 8 or 9 years old, but I'll have another one. They're good dogs.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like my dog, John. That dude, that son of bitch is wicked smart. It's like you're saying. Whatever my dad tells him to do, that little sucker will do it for him. Do whatever he tells him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna be really sad when I lose him because I grew up with him as a kid. I got him when I was 8 years old.
What kind of dog is it?
One of them little dogs that you know overseas. You know, herd the sheep herd and all that crap.
I don't think
Mix.
so.
Yeah, it's a mix.
Border collie.
Something like that. Yeah, it's got like just look damn sure looks like one. I got a picture of him. I'll send it to you, John, and show it to you.
Okay.
Well, he's a sweet dog. I mean, he's really good with people. Anybody walks in the house with us, he's good with them.
Yeah.
That's not a healer.
Well, he gave me quite a scare a couple weeks ago, John. Like when we went, went to feed him one night. We were petting him for 5 minutes. Thought he had passed away. Well, that literally gave me quite a scare. Because when I saw that, I know that day is coming. That day is coming. It's my time for him to go.
How old is he?
14 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm with John, Mom. Yeah, my mom said hi, John.
Yeah, I heard her. How you doing, Miss Brenda?
How you doing, Mom? Good. And Mr. Bobby said hello. Another guy that's in here with us. Yep, I had a great one too. I ate a little too much food that day, John.
We had 2 of them. We had one Thursday with my wife's family, and then we did a small one here yesterday. Yeah. And then last Sunday, we did it with my dad. So we've had 3 Thanksgivings this year.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, I was looking at some of the new service trucks, John, and the ones that are coming out. Man, the Transit's pretty nice. I've been looking at them. The Ram, the Dodge, service trucks are pretty nice too.
No, that ProMaster. I like Dodge, but that ProMaster's a piece of shit.
Yeah, it is. One of the guys in my group that I have was going down the interstate. I think he had out here in a Transit or a ProMaster. Well, he had the drive shaft blowout on him.
My dad still has the E model van, and he's about to get rid of it and get him a Transit.
Yeah, the Transits have a recall on them.
What is it, Bobby?
That 2020 Transit's going to have all-wheel drive and diesel available.
Oh, I need to tell him about that.
Yep. If he waits for the 2020 to hit, it's going to have the Eco Diesel.
Oh, he will. He's not going to do anything till after the new year.
My son just fired up my old work van. I've got a 1980 Chevy C20 that we bought new in 1980. It's got over 1 million miles. It's on its 3rd engine.
Wow.
It's been sitting in the field since 2001.
Yeah. And he got it to fire up?
He cranked it right up, and it's still running on the gas that was in the tank.
Damn.
Damn. Fuck. That's good.
Well, that was before ethanol, too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I've been wanting to get me, John, to start out as an old, used utility van, the old E-Series. I've been wanting to get me, something used for me to start out.
The E-Series is really good. I'm gonna have to tell Dad about the about the diesel. Hold on, we got somebody else that wants to come in here.
All right, it works on my phone, but not on my iPad.
All right, who are we talking to?
This is Nick, the restaurateur in Alexandria.
So you live in Alexandria?
Well, in Pineville. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Okay, in Pineville. Okay.
But my restaurants are in Alec.
What restaurants do you have over there?
Critics' Choice.
Oh, Candace, the owner of Critics' Choice is in here with me. Oh, my wife's tripping out.
How you doing, Mr. Nick?
Wait, do what? She said she loves your sloppy Joe over there.
That's mom's. She makes that from scratch. She's 85 and still cooking.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. I know where. And what other one do you have?
Well, we have 2 locations.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, one's downtown.
Right.
January we're going to celebrate 34 years.
Yeah.
So we've changed out our equipment about 3 times now.
Yeah.
We're actually in the phase
Well, I tell you what, if you need something done at your house or whatever, if you want to call me, I'll drive up to Alexandria and take care of you.
Oh, sweet, man. I really, since I found you online, I really enjoy your streams.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll get you to email me and we'll switch contact info and I'll drive up there and take care of you if you need something.
Cool. Yeah. I'm slowly learning. My brother just passed and he used to take care of.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. It's been about 2 months and he always took care of all that stuff.
Right.
So let's see. I've repaired a true cooler box, put a thermostat in. No big deal, but I hadn't done it before.
Yeah.
So I had to analyze it and make sure that was it instead of just swapping parts, hoping that's what's wrong.
Right.
And then I got a little freezer. It needs a coil heater thermostat.
Mm-hmm.
It tells the machine when to shut off.
Oh, yeah.
So it doesn't freeze up.
Right.
I'm learning this stuff. It's just too. I realize you guys got to make a living, but for some of the smaller stuff, I just can't afford to keep having somebody pay somebody to repair the small stuff. When it gets to the big stuff, I don't know, and I'm not going to ruin my gear.
Right. I hear you. Yeah, man, I'd be glad to come up there and take care of you.
Oh, cool. Hey, we'll work for food.
Yeah.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a cheesesteak today, right?
Yeah, man, when I lived over there, I lived in Colleen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's where we lived, in Colleen.
Yeah, we're kind of spoiled, I tell my father-in-law, he lives up in Philly where I was born and reared.
Right.
And, I tell him, Joe, I was in a horrible traffic jam. He says, you were? I said, yeah. Man, it was terrible. I was the third one at the light. I grew up at suburbs of the big city, and I do not miss the 6 million neighbors.
Yeah, I hear you.
But speaking of which, John. Yep. And we get, matter of fact, we just had a new place open up right across the street from my house, John, and Mr. Nick and Bobby. Yeah, I think you heard about it. May have heard about him, John. It's Big Papa's, kind of like the Five Guys, chains, John.
Yeah.
They just opened up over here recently.
Well, this guy that's in here, I can't believe that when he said that he owns Critics' Choice. I mean, we've been eating there for
and I'm always going to try that place.
Like I said, we're about to celebrate 34 years.
That's,
yes, sir.
I guess we're doing something right.
Yes, yeah. Oh, y'all are. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's one place I wish we had here, in the city of New Orleans.
Yeah, we actually years ago a customer came in and we were reviewed without knowing it, and we were wrote up in the Times-Picayune, and they're like, I was like, oh, that's really nice. He says, no, you don't understand. They don't write about anybody outside of New Orleans.
Yeah. Speaking of which, speaking of Mr. Nick, my dad's business partner has a little restaurant we bought that closed down in 2006. That's been abandoned for years, and we're waiting, to get a tenant that's going to lease the building to renovate it. And I mean, it's got everything you need for a restaurant. Walk-in cooler and freezer, everything you would need, and plenty of storage on the third, and fourth floor, with an elevator that we can hopefully easily get fixed. And we just did some work on it recently, running all the electrical for it, so all the electrical's up to code now. So if you have, And that's what he had said. Isaiah, if you know anybody, if you know anybody that looking to open up a location, like say restaurant location in the city, that's right by the right by Grand Palace, the Hard Rock Hotel, across the street from it, next to the. Can't remember that. There's two hotels, one across the street and one next door to it by Cleo's convenience store. It's right next
Okay.
door to one of the hotels.
My first 5 suggestions to anyone wanting to get into restaurant
Yes.
business.
Don't.
My first 5 suggestions is don't. It's look, you can't. Number one, you can't get a bank to loan money to you because there's such a high rate of failure. You were married to the restaurant before anything else.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, I like to cook." Once your hobby or what you like to do becomes a business,
Yeah.
yeah, like I love to cook, I love to create, I love everything about the kitchen,
Yes,
and
sir.
that's the last thing I get to do.
Yeah.
I since my when my brother was still alive, I didn't get to do any of it. My
I remember.
passion, and I end up doing the paperwork, meet and greeting the customers, putting out fires, taking care of stuff, and I didn't get to cook or create. I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sign up for one thing, you end up in another. So, but
When I came back to town, it's been a while since I've been. I seen that there's been some new restaurants coming in. I think Five Guys came there, a Panda Express, and
well, Five Guys is remodeling right now. That's
no,
the
I'm
word I
sorry,
got.
not Five Guys. Firehouse.
Oh yeah, they just opened. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of chains that they come and go, over time.
Yeah.
It's
What are they going to do with Copeland's?
there's a new another company. They have a couple businesses open. I can't recall the name of it, but it's going to reopen.
Copeland's is?
No, not as a Copeland's, but as another company.
Oh, so a different restaurant.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think there's going to be seafood, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I haven't. I'm involved in the community, but that part I don't catch a lot of that.
Yeah.
Because so the involvement, I'm on the board of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm on the board of 2 of the Mardi Gras associations, even though I'm not in a crew because that's just way too much time.
Yeah, it is. My wife used to be in a crew.
Yeah, I'm on the Restaurant Association board, so I've been there for 20 years volunteering time, and same with the Convention Visitor Bureau. What we're supposed to do is give back to each other.
Right.
So we raise funds for the Children's Miracle Network, the Manor House, the food bank.
That's good.
Well, taking care of your fellow man. That's why we're here.
Right.
In my belief.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anybody can eke out a living and whatever, have a good time, but there's got to be. I figured there's got to be more to life than just that.
Oh, absolutely.
When I tell people every now and then, they say, why do you do all this? I said, well, when I get to the gates, I want them to look up and say, hey, Nick. I don't want them to have to dig my name out of the book, right? I want them to recognize me when I get there.
Man, I was really surprised to see that Cajun Landing closed down.
Lonnie had been there forever. And Lonnie was a strange bird, but he knew what he was doing, and he had some pretty good food. And
he really
did, business, and a good business for a long time.
That bisque was really good. The seafood bisque,
yeah, sure was. But when you have to have either somebody to hand it down to or that wants to do it, because like I say, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Or it just disappears and goes away.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that you can't. It's hard to recreate when, the person that's doing it goes or retires or. But he was doing. His wife had died, and he years ago, and he really fell out. Then he found a female manager that was really all up into it. She was there 24/7, and the business, took off again. It had like a rebirth, which was really nice. But then finally, age catches up with all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm this year, next month, I celebrate 60 years. I'm like, where the heck did it go?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, none of the other birthdays bothered me, but wow. All of a sudden, I'm looking at 60?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I'm sitting here in my cave. I'm into uh, audio, and I just recently been mechanics and electrical trying to learn some of what you guys do. And that's how I found y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Well,
was,
it's great. I'm glad you did.
yeah, me too. It's neat to I learned about 20 years ago that I'm not going to live long enough to learn everything I want to learn.
Right.
And that's like, well, that's not fair. But who said life was fair, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Uh,
Hey, Michael, what you mean? What's going on at LSU? I don't know what you mean. But yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, life's not fair. That's for sure.
none of y'all got any work out of the new college we got here.
The
We
new.
got new college downtown.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's they actually teaching welding and I think havoc, but I'm not sure. Nursing
Is
and
is it a trade school?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a technical college.
Is it the same one? Did they just move?
Right, they moved
Yeah.
their campus downtown.
So the one on South MacArthur's they're not using that no more.
Right. Well, there's I'm not sure. They're moving all the main campus is all downtown now.
Oh, okay.
So I haven't seen what they're doing out there, but it's a brand new building. And matter of fact, it's funny. With a college or school, you're not allowed to have a bar within X number of feet.
Oh, well, that's hard over there.
Well, no, that's in the whole state.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. That's hard to accomplish though in Alexandria.
Well, I've had a license downtown for 27 years.
Yeah.
So someday, I don't know if I get a good manager. Or I haven't been opening up at nights yet. It's not quite ready for nights, but when we first opened up, downtown was hopping pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it gets back to that point. We got the Hotel Bentley back open, and the Holiday Inn. They're back to prime properties, which is amazing considering they were shuttered for a while.
Yeah.
So it's been nice that they're coming back. Money's being spent. Restaurants and buildings are being done. Your industry's working. Construction's busy here. How about down there?
Oh yeah, Lafayette is it's on fire.
Nice. But I have a nephew. He's in the oil business, but he's in Arizona. He's having to leave. He's working every place but Louisiana. That's crazy. I don't. I'm not going to get into politics and all, but that is just crazy that oil-rich Louisiana, they got to leave the state.
I know. I mean, they're building houses down here in Lafayette like crazy.
Yeah. Well, I remember when Lafayette went through that boom and then the bust. See, that's one thing about Alexandria. It doesn't boom or bust. It just plods along.
That's it.
The rest of the state has these high peaks and deep valleys. Well, a lot of the country does too. But we just kind of like plod along. So
Yep.
And at my age, I'm about ready for plodding. So anyway, I had posted a question about AC units for homes and such.
Uh-huh.
Who here does home AC units? It was just the three.
I do, and Bobby does.
Oh, there you are, Bob. Okay. What do you all install and have good records with?
I install Ream.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Rheem and ICP, an ICP brand, which is a comfort maker. Same thing as Carrier.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're Bryant or Arco Air, same thing.
Yeah, Bryant and Arco Air. It's all Carrier and ICP.
Yeah. Well, I know that there's a couple methods in which to produce heat and air, and then most. What is it? How many different types of systems are there? Two. I mean,
Oh no, there's.
I mean,
you mean brand names?
no, not brand names, but just the art in which to cool air
Oh
and
yeah,
heat air.
yeah. You got
The
gas.
basic chemistry,
Yeah, you got like gas heat or electric heat or a heat pump.
right? And then most of it's kind of like the condenser and the all that. It's all the basic same type of technology. It's just packaged different,
Right, pretty much.
like
Yeah.
like uh, like Ford and Lincoln and
Yeah.
Chrysler.
Yeah.
They all do the same thing, but they're all engineered just a little different.
Exactly.
John, do y'all do any geotherms in your?
No. Never seen
Boy,
one.
Really?
Nope. No, you ain't gonna get people. You ain't gonna get people down here to pay for a geothermal.
that sounds like a steep one.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Well, it depends. We've installed some. We've got some on the lakes where they actually have really good well systems. They don't do the underground.
Oh yeah.
So it just basically flows. Pulls off the well, goes through the unit, and then dumps back into the lake. So the cost is really not bad, and it's all a packaged unit. You don't even have that outdoor condensing unit.
Right.
Cool.
Yep.
So a lot of the big river houses, we got a big lake here, and some high end homes, and they don't like that unit sitting outside their house.
Right.
So they'll do these, and they don't have anything outside.
Yeah. Well, I like the fact that we're working on the technology to make it more affordable to use the natural resources that the earth actually provides.
Yeah.
For heating and cooling and so many other types of things.
Yeah.
The windmill thing, that we're not there yet. It just takes way too much energy that they'll never return to produce one.
Right.
I mean, it's all nice. It should have stayed on paper until we found a cheaper way to do it. I mean, I understand people want to rush to do it, but it's like, oh, let's get electric cars. Okay, where are you getting electricity from? Okay, we're still using carbon. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's a feel good technology right now. Let's make it better. It's like batteries. The new, I heard rumor of new batteries coming out that are all electronic. Like the ion we're using now. We went from NiCad to the ion technology.
Uh-huh.
The next generation is going to be circuitry, from what I understand, and it's going to be a lot more powerful and a lot smaller than what it is right now. I said that now that technology, I think that's cool.
Yeah. If you're asking me, Carl, no, I do not. I'm sorry, Bobby. Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were trying to say something. No, Carl, I do not. We definitely have that. I just never got into it.
Yeah, see, Wild West Havoc here says solar's a big thing here now.
Yeah, I remember when solar. You remember a few years ago, Nick? Everybody was doing solar.
Yep. I had a neighbor that he had solar on his garage, and I never got around to stopping by to ask him about it. But then the garage burned down that the solar unit was on. And when they rebuilt, there's no solar unit there. So I'm assuming it wasn't.
I love the solar because
hey, Michael, how you doing, man? It's been a while.
Long time no see. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, how you doing? You doing all right?
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of voices going in and out.
Do you have your YouTube muted?
Yeah, it's been doing good. Yeah, I'm hearing the same. Yeah.
You need to mute your YouTube. You got this and YouTube going at the same time.
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh boy.
You know where you see the chat?
And let me look here. It says Leave Studio Share Screen. Cam, Mike. Let me try this. Hey, hold on. Was that it?
I don't know. You can
Okay. Let me try. Come back. Let me shut off. How about that?
I mean, it sounds fine to us. How does it sound to you?
I don't hear Michael at all.
Oh, you can't hear Michael?
I can hear him.
Bobby, you can hear him?
I can.
Okay.
You don't?
Yeah, everybody hears. Well, I don't think Nick hears you, but
I don't hear Michael at all.
Oh, you can't hear Michael? Okay, who's got YouTube playing?
Not me.
That was me. I just turned it up to see if
Oh.
I could hear him there.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
Michael, do you have another device going where you're watching this on YouTube? Hold on.
I may.
Do you have another device going right next to you?
No. Let me see if I can't close out of this and come back.
Okay.
And Nick, were you saying something about the solar? I was going to tell you, it got real big there for a while when you got all the government subsidies to install it. And now I got a stack of panels. You know, they make great pool heaters when people get tired of them being on the roof.
I tell you what, man, I remember it was in Alexandria too. I was there, man. People were putting in solar panels like crazy when the government was giving all them cutbacks. Yeah. Yep. It became a big thing.
And then right away, the electric companies cut back what they were giving to the solar users.
Yeah.
That didn't take long at all.
Yeah, it didn't last long.
You get as many as you can get your hand on and sell them for pool heaters.
Well, I don't know if you'd ever really need a pool heater to hear. It was almost 80 degrees today.
It was.
Yes, sir.
Well, we always laugh about our bipolar weather in North Carolina. We actually had one in late fall where we got up and it was snowed till lunch, and by 3:00 that afternoon it was 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been North Louisiana.
That's North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, I know. I heard, but I'm making it funny. It'll happen here, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. So anybody been hunting this year?
Man, I haven't got to go hunting since my kids have been born.
Oh.
Yep. So I'm going to try to change that next year.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, it was about 8 years ago. My hunting buddy passed away, and we hunted and fished every chance we had.
Yeah.
So when he passed, I quit hunting. I put a feeder out here along my driveway. I learned more about deer in 6 months than I did in 10 years of hunting.
Michael, how's it doing this time?
I'm hearing like a time delay or echo.
Everybody's on a time delay, I think. It's lag. But I can hear you now. Greetings.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you don't have like your phone. Like, what are you on? Are you on your phone?
All I got is my headphones on.
But what kind of device are you on?
No, it's a computer.
Okay, you don't have your phone next to you with YouTube playing or anything?
No, I gotta.
Nope.
That's.
You
No.
don't have two tabs open,
No.
do you?
I don't think. What I did was I went online to find your address, and then I went on to the tab that you have on the little column on the right,
Uh-huh.
and then I clicked that for the invite, and then came in that way. I've done it before like that, and it was all right.
Yeah.
Where are you at, Michael?
Massachusetts,
Oh, there
just
you
outside
go.
of Fort Devens.
Now that's some cool weather.
Yeah.
How was the colors this year?
It's supposed to. Oh, great. Everything's dead and falling off now, but
Yeah.
How close are you to Buzzard Bay?
We're supposed to get snow tomorrow. About an hour and a half.
I spent a lot of time up there for an oil spill a few years back. You will probably remember.
Oh, yeah, probably not. I don't. They will not. They'll keep that out of the paper.
What? A 10.
Yeah, I was watching today on TV. LSU put a beating on Texas A&M. It was unbelievable, like 50-6.
50-7. We sure did.
Tigers.
Oh,
We are Louisiana is on its way to having a great football year. It looks like we're going to have a national championship and a Super Bowl.
And
one of the guys on there was talking about moving LSU up to number 1.
Yeah, and a Heisman Trophy winner. That's right, Nick.
Yep. God willing, right?
Yep, that's right. Hold on.
Wow. What are they feeding them down there?
Well, actually, he's from Ohio, our quarterback.
Well, that's what I want. I want it to be LSU versus Ohio State in a national championship. That way Joe Burrow can beat them.
Put a whooping on him.
That's right. Yeah, I really believe that LSU will win a national championship. And I really believe that, I mean, we got the Saints have one more good test, and that's the 49ers. I mean, and if we can beat the 49ers, I really think that we go to the Super Bowl.
I think the team to watch out for is going to be Baltimore.
You're right.
Beast.
They really are.
Well, this is my first season back with pro football, so I'm relearning the players. I took a sabbatical for a few years.
I'm on a boycott till they start standing for the pledge and the anthem and everything.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have you guys gotten any new toys?
No.
I got a great deal yesterday morning on a tool chest at Home Depot. I stole it. They put the wrong tag on the box. Oh, it was sweet. It was a $700 box on sale, and I got it for $4.
I guarantee you they paid less.
Oh, I'm sure of it, but still, I was grateful they put the wrong tag on it. They wanted $100 for delivery. I said, "Are you people crazy?"
Oh wow!
I put it in the back of my. I have pickup trucks, right? Don't we all?
Carl, your Cowboys are not doing anything. I'm sorry to tell you. Y'all's coach is getting fired this after the season's over too.
Well, that was my team as a child, but what they did to Coach Landry, I walked. I said goodbye.
Yeah, he was
the Dallas Cowboys. You know what their biggest issue is? Jerry Jones.
I was gonna say besides the owner.
Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
After what he did to Coach Landry, I walked. I said, you know what?
The Dallas Cowboys' worst enemy is their owner.
Yeah.
I mean,
Look, I grew up rooting for him. I was from Philadelphia.
Did you see the special the other night? Troy Aikman?
No.
Thanks.
Missed it. What was it? Life story?
Yeah,
what was it, Michael?
Life. It was a Football Life.
Oh, okay.
Troy Aikman.
Oh, there you go. I'm a teetotaler too.
Yeah.
Got my hot tea right here, bud.
Yeah. That's mine. Yeah. Football
good.
Life.
Bobby,
that was a good story.
Bobby's got moonshine.
That's why he's a little quiet.
It wasn't until Jimmy Johnson came in that he did well.
Right.
The worst mistake Jerry Jones ever did was fire Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. Well, he was afraid he was becoming a bigger star than himself.
Yeah, Jerry Jones is that team's worst enemy.
Yep. You can't say he's stupid though.
Oh yeah.
He come from a meager beginnings to a billionaire. So.
No, I mean he's a billionaire, but as far as the football team,
yeah, he's a jack.
Yeah, he's their worst enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, after what they did to Coach Landry, I said, well, maybe I can root for the Eagles. I was born there.
Right.
And they traded Reggie White. I said, what is wrong with you? Are you stupid?
Yeah. Reggie White.
I followed Reggie to Green Bay.
Yeah.
I said, who's this Favre guy? And that's been a fun ride.
Yeah.
But Rodgers is no Favre.
Yeah, well,
no, he's not. And I am an Aaron Rodgers fan, and I'm glad he won him a Super Bowl.
Oh yeah,
Rodgers he's in a bad way right now.
Yeah, but he ain't no Brett Favre though.
No. With Brett, you didn't know if you were winning or losing till after you got to the locker room. Not when the last second ticked off, but after you got to the locker room.
What I used to like about Brett Favre is whenever you saw him throw the ball, you'd see he'd take his arm and you'd see him bring his shoulder down and throw it like a bullet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he could knock you down with his ball.
Oh yeah, Brett Favre could sling that ball.
But the thing I loved most about Brett was he played like a 12-year-old. He was 40 years old, 30 yards downfield, blocking for his receiver. What?
Yeah.
I saw this thing they had, like it was like the Pro Bowl type thing, and they had this thing where it was Drew Bledsoe, Vinny Testaverde, and Brett Favre, and a couple other guys. I think Warren Moon, and they were trying to throw for accuracy and distance. And Brett Favre won it hands down, even though Drew Bledsoe was, all the rave at the time.
Yeah, he schooled him.
They hadn't been a good quarterback since Johnny Unitas.
Yeah.
Joe Namath.
Yeah. Roger Staubach.
Okay. All right, Steve. Thank you for coming in. I didn't even know you were in there, man.
Now, Roger Staubach, he was something else. Or Danny White. Danny White used to kick the ball. He was the punter and the quarterback.
Yeah.
So you never know. Is this guy going to fake it? He could fake it and throw the ball.
Yeah, I was back in the day where you had Ironman that went two ways too. That was the end. That was towards the end of the era. But it was fun football.
Oh yeah.
Oh well. Yeah. So everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Anything big coming up for Christmas for anybody?
I hope not.
You know what I did do? I did get a new tool. I like a good screwdriver. The biggest thing I find is with screwdrivers, the Phillips, you go to tighten something up and it'll strip.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get something really high quality. The best one I've got right now is, before I bought this new one, was the Klein 8-inch Phillips, number one. I think it's a 1 or a 2. Use it for everything.
Yeah, Klein
Now,
makes a good
the one
product.
I got is really nice. They're a little on pricey side. Made by a company called Wera, Wera.
Mm-hmm.
They're made in Germany, and they have a laser tip thing on the very front. And you'll see a lot of the guys, they buy Wera or Weha,
Yeah.
and they've got an ergonomic type handle on them, but you can really crank on them really nice. It fits nice in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And these are rubber coated down to the tip. They were like $30 for 5 of them,
Oh yeah.
but really nice. They got this thing on this laser etching they have on the very tip of the Phillips. It'll darn near hold the screw onto the very end. It fits so snug, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice having a really good screwdriver where you can put the power on it and not worry about, is it going to round off, you know, or
Yeah.
scoop
Yeah.
out. And I've had some of these other ones. Well, like I bought this set of 2 mini screwdrivers, a Phillips and a flat tip from Klein, and I put it on a thermostat one time. Those little tiny screws, the flat tip, and the damn thing twisted off. Brand new, twisted
Ah.
off. So then I got the Johnstone freebie, the little giveaway. That thing works great. So I went ahead and got this in this new set. It's got a little mini screwdriver, so I'm hoping this is going to be a lot stronger.
Yeah.
I just got a Klein magnetizer that I had ordered.
Yeah.
A magnetizer, and it's a demagnetizer too. It's just amazing. You just push it through the hole, you bring it back, it's magnetized.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you push it through the other hole and it's demagnetized. It's like, so you don't pick up metal shreds.
Yeah.
I said, that is too cool. I guess I'd never had one. I always dropped my screws on the floor.
What I've done in the past is just take a standard magnet and scrape the shaft on it several times, and that'll magnetize it. You know, like you did in high school.
Sure.
Want to magnetize anything that's iron or metal, any ferrous metal. You stroke it several times with a standard magnet, it'll magnetize it. But I don't know if it's going to magnetize it to the extent that thing will.
Right.
You know, it's a damn shame around here. None of the damn supply houses give out thermostat screwdrivers anymore.
Johnstone.
Really?
We don't have a Johnstone.
Oh.
We don't have one. You go to all the supply houses around here.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all got thermostat screwdriver? Nah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's free advertisement.
I know.
Yeah.
I would think that they would. It's free advertisement.
I know. Yep.
I picked up a set from Home Depot, Milwaukee. It feels good in the hand. I haven't gotten to use them yet.
Yeah.
But I guess it was a 9-piece set. I'm not sure. And it's got a good grip on, a good handle on it. And they look
Who
good.
makes it?
I'm not sure what company makes it. It's probably Taiwanese.
Yeah, if you're getting a whole bunch for very little money, they're really, the thing, if it's a hammer, but when it comes to a screwdriver, that you put any power on it, it's just gonna twist the tip off, and then it messes up your screw. Now you're in a predicament with a screwed up screw stuck in a contactor or something.
Well, I think I got them. They said they were $50 for the set, and I got them for $20. But you know how that goes. So nothing fancy, but I have a couple that were, I don't know, they're probably $10 a piece, a couple of them. But I just needed something for my travel bag.
Yeah.
It seems anymore I have a travel bag. If I leave my tools at the restaurant, they'll disappear.
They grow legs.
Oh yeah, and I'm not in the market to giving away my tools. So I've been keeping them either in my trunk of my car or back into the shop.
Well, that's why I got that MB2. I got that Vito MB2, and it's nice because I wanted something. Well, I'm just going up to do a PM on the roof or troubleshoot something, and not doing a lot of work. I don't want to carry a lot up there,
Right.
so I throw the tools in there and just carry that up there. Now I find myself with a 5-gallon bucket, and I'm throwing the MB2 bag in the 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
As you get older, you find yourself sitting down a lot more. So now I'm
Right.
sitting on the bucket.
Oh, I know.
It's either sitting on the bucket or kneeling in the water.
I tell you what, man, I took me a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot and I made me a change-out bucket out of it. I keep my my buckets of screws in there, hanging strap, my tape, all
your
that, zip ties, and I just carry that to the attic. Yeah, and I don't ever have to go back down.
Oh, good.
Right.
You're working in an attic in Louisiana?
Yeah, that's where all the indoor units are.
That's where the money is during the summer.
You must lose about 5-10 pounds coming out of that attic.
What's that?
Sir.
I'll bet you lose 5 or 10 pounds coming out of the attic.
Yeah, that's about the only time I lose weight is during the summer.
Not during crawfish season, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah, it's like my unit upstairs. I'm about to need a new unit. I'm not sure if it's a 3 or 5 ton unit.
Well, you need to get with me. I'll come right over there and take a look at it.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
How do I send you my?
Can you type in an email address real quick?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's Jay.
Oh, okay.
Just let me know when you're ready.
Oh, okay. I'll just write it right here. Okay.
It's Jay, and then my last name Israel, Israel.
Hold on, ISR.
A as an apple.
Right.
EL. Yep.
Okay.
HVAC.
HVAC.
At gmail.com.
Gmail. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and make sure you put the letter J before Israel.
Right. No dot though.
No, just J. J Israel HVAC at gmail.com.
Gotcha, bud. But yeah, it's been limping along, and for a couple years, I guess it's right at 20 years old.
Yeah.
And we're not even going to mention the unit downstairs. It's twice as old.
Oh hell!
That I want one of them systems, right? Oh Lord.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of which, Mr. John, if you need help, over there on that little job, let me know, and me and my dad may be able to give you a hand.
Okay, buddy.
Yep.
Hey, John.
Uh-huh.
I got a topic for you, future down the road, if you want to do something.
What's that?
HVAC and health.
And health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, he was licensed in 74. We started the company in 77. And right now he has severe asbestosis.
Really?
Yeah. I was, started working with him when I was 10. And you crawling around in attics, crawling on your knees on rafters and all that. And I've had some real knee issues. Just curious, are the young guys today looking at down the road in their health?
Oh, my dad is all beat to hell because of this trade too. He broke his neck and messed up. He broke his neck carrying a compressor up an extension ladder, and messed up his back. And his knee, he's had to have one of his knees worked on. He's all messed up from it.
Yeah. They make a tool called a ladder lift.
Oh, yeah.
Are you aware of that? You can put it on there. I learned it from a guy about 25 years ago, and it clips right on the top of your ladder. It's got a D handle on it, and it's rated for like 350 pounds. And the guy told me the only reason it's only 350 is because the ladder's only rated for 350. And because when I
try to tell my dad something like that. He
yeah, he's old school.
Yeah, he took the compressor, threw it on his shoulder,
Yeah.
and just started walking up the ladder. And it's when he got to the top, and he went to swing the compressor and put it on the roof.
Oh yeah, the twisting.
That's when he broke his neck.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad.
Yep. Us old hardheads, we're not going to waste time setting up a ladder and
Yeah.
lift.
Oh yeah.
Just get it up there and get it done. Yeah.
Yep.
That's one thing. OSHA has a lot of bad points, but there's a lot of good points of what it's done for the.
They show up once somebody gets hurt.
If
once
OSHA
gets hurt, they come in and they fine everybody because, like when I was in the military, they used to have this thing called the NCO Club or the Enlisted Club, and it was a paid position by a soldier. Now later on, they changed it and they started saying you have to turn a profit, and they started, of course, jacking their prices up to cover the cost of the beer and the food they were serving, and they like even charged the club rent. So this guy had to turn a profit. They said, if you don't turn a profit, you're going to lose your job. You're out. We're going to close the club. They have to show a positive flow of cash. Well, these same guys, the guys like in OSHA, any government office, if they're not making money, they don't hand out enough fines. The cops are the same way. If the cops aren't handing out enough tickets, they're not supporting their pay raises and everything else in there. So they have to show that they're an asset, not a debit.
Right.
So OSHA comes in. The first thing they do is, it's weird. They'll come to you and say, "You got a hard hat on." Yeah. Let me see it. And they'll take your hard hat and look inside and check the date code in there. And if it's out of date, boom, ID. They take your ID and they write you a ticket. And you're going to get a ticket for this. And your boss doesn't end up paying that. That's you. If you get a speeding ticket, that's on you. Parking tickets, the boss pays those.
Right.
But they get in if you don't have like a long sleeve. I got this one place. They won't let you into the factory unless you got a long sleeve shirt, goggles, a safety vest, a helmet, hearing protection, steel-toed safety shoes. And then I got this one other place. They want you to have a fireproof suit on. Honest to shit. They call it PPE. It's like some kind of flame protective type clothing. And I said, well, and are you a licensed electrician? No, of course not. Well, you can't work on the electrical on this if it's more than 12 volts. What are you talking about? I said, I have to work on this shit live, to troubleshoot it. And until they actually had an explosion up there and they got hit with a whole shitload of fines. Yeah, they had volatile chemicals in an explosion-proof room, and they had an explosion in there regardless. And after that happened, all hell broke loose. They got hit with a whole shitload of fines.
Oh yeah.
So and when something like that happens, all of a sudden everybody, safety.
Yeah.
Well, that's the really bad side of OSHA. The part I was talking about was.
Listen to this. If you're more than 6 feet, a 6 foot ladder, right?
Yeah.
If you're on a 6 foot ladder, you're gonna need a friggin' harness. Are you shitting me? A harness? And how are you gonna hook it up to a ceiling rafter or something? Well, you got to get up above to hook it on.
Come on, don't you have a sky hook in your back?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's the problem with government oversight, that they don't have a clue how reality works.
Yeah, in the field.
But some of the things are actually good for the tradespeople.
Oh, absolutely. I grew up
in the trades, doing all kinds of stuff. We didn't have hearing protection or respirators.
No.
You just went and did the job. And you know what? That stuff is actually pretty good for your health.
Well, I
Somewhat
don't.
protect
Yeah,
your
when you're
ears
my
when you get
age and you
older.
can't hear out of one ear, yeah, and the morning
Exactly.
alarm clock
How
goes
about-
off, and if you're sleeping on the good ear, well, yeah, you don't hear the alarm going off, so it doesn't
How
wake you
about
up now
all the stuff you breathed in
in
from
your
the wood
lungs.
you cut that
Yeah,
was treated with
PT.
chemicals, right? Yeah.
Yeah, PT. When I was in, I had a break in service in '78, and I was working in downtown Boston, and we were gutting these buildings that had horsehair plaster and lath, and I'm sure it probably had asbestos in there, leaded paint, all that shit, right? And I had just come out of the army, and I'm safety oriented, so I'm wearing, protective glasses, and I didn't have a mask, so I just put a rag over me.
Yeah.
And the guys were laughing their asses off. I said, "Oh my God, look at this rookie! Yeah, oh, he's got all his safety shit on, right?" And then we sat down for lunch, and we were eating our lunch. And I took the rag off, and they're looking at the my white rag, and it was absolutely plastered. And they said, "Holy shit, that came off of that!" I said, "Yeah."
Yep.
And then the next thing I know, everybody's got them on.
Yep.
Everybody had rags wrapped around after they saw. But the guy I worked for, I was only making like $5 an hour in Boston, and it was like, man, he got all five out of you. I'm not kidding. You're humping your ass off all day, and you're knocking all this shit down. There's dust everywhere, and
You
you're
worked for
shoveling.
my father.
Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you, this guy was the cheapest Irishman you'd ever seen. Oh, he would have Lincoln's beard screaming coming out of his pocket.
I hadn't heard that one.
Or the shit coming out of the buffalo on that buffalo nickel.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does Steve Laugh say? Cheaper than tighter than 2 coats of paint.
Yeah.
Funny. That's too funny.
One of the things I was mentioning to another guy was I saw him doing some troubleshooting the other day. He doesn't test a flame sensor. He sees the symptoms, the flame comes up and it goes out. He said, "Oh, flame sensor." He goes right to it and says, "This is the problem." He goes right to it and takes it out and cleans it.
Steve Lav does a lot of that in HVAC. And like I
And
said,
I'm saying, you don't test it?
Lav.
What if you wiggle something and all of a sudden it starts working? It had nothing to do with a sensor.
Lav is a much better plumber.
Oh yeah.
Than he is an HVAC technician.
Well, he's a union plumber, so I'm sure he knows his plumbing.
Oh, he's a much better plumber.
He's good. He's good with his oil.
Yeah. Now on HVAC, some of the stuff he says and does is
he gets by.
Yeah.
But I see a lot of people doing this swap. In my company's doing it too. They're swapping out condensing units. Like, it doesn't matter if it's 22 or 407C or 410. The customer doesn't want to go ahead and, you say, well, this is it's rated for a 16 or something. It's only rated 16 if you get both halves, the indoor and the outdoor half. And nobody wants to pay for the piping in between. Well, they got shit all inside that pipe. It's probably still got mineral oil in it to a certain degree.
Yeah.
And what about leaks? Well, it could have been up there rubbing on a rafter or something like that. It may end up springing a leak. When I first started in this industry, there was no soft pipe at all. None. Everything was hard pipe. Now, everybody's going over to the soft pipe. All soft tubing. Everything was hard pipe. Hard pipe, unistrut, vibration clamps everywhere, And nobody's doing that anymore. Their theory is, fewer joints, fewer leaks.
Yeah.
But you'll know hard pipe is twice as thick as bendable tubing.
Right.
So what do you guys feel about that? How often? When was the last time you used hard pipe?
I haven't used hard pipe in a long time.
Yeah. It looks much, much better. When you see a hard pipe job, everything's nice and straight, uniform, parallel and level. You know, everything's level and plumb. Nice right angles. It looks really pretty.
You can almost swing from it and not damage it at all.
You can go quite a ways without putting the hanger on hard pipe too. It's you know, instead of putting 3 or 4 hangers, you could probably get by with 2. You know.
Well, the building codes, like I was saying up north, when I moved down here and I looked, I'm like, what is that plastic plumbing? What the heck is that?
Yeah.
I was like, what's with that? And then I saw a 30-foot piece of I-beam. Well, up north, 30-foot piece of I-beam that has to carry a snow load on a roof, is not what we have down here. 2 guys walked over to this piece of steel, picked it up and carried it off. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Up north, when you're putting, you got to build for that snow load.
Yeah.
You got a 8-foot piece of I-beam. You got 5 guys picking that thing up.
You got a lot of one of the things they're finding out up here. They're pushing this. You're going to get free solar panels. They're pushing solar panels like crazy up here. And what they're finding, I heard this one lady saying that her house caught fire from these things. And the thing is, I don't know exactly how these contracts work with them, but if you go ahead and you get solar panels put on your roof, what's going to happen when it gets snowed on? No power.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got to pay. What happens if the roof leaks? You're stuck.
Yeah.
You got a roof leak. Yeah, you got to take all that shit off there to get it at where the roof leak is. Oh, you're screwed.
Well,
and you can't sell the house unless the other person takes over the contract. So if you go to try to sell your house, you got to a lien on the house. And unless this whoever the new people are, unless they sign on to that contract, you're stuck with a house.
Yeah, we were talking earlier. I had a neighbor. He had solar panels on his garage.
Yeah.
It burnt to the ground because of the solar panels.
Yeah.
When he rebuilt, there was no more solar panels put back up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, you live and learn.
Yep.
But my daughter, she lives about a half hour east of me in a town called Stowe. And yeah, my electric bill was like $150 one month, and during August, I think I ran the AC quite a bit, and it got up to like $200, which is a lot for me. And she told me hers was like $50, and I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, $50," because her town purchased their power plant or something. They got something where they buy their own electricity, the whole town. And, they got wicked good rates there. They own their own.
We have the similar situation here, but you bid, it's contract bids, and it's usually not that much cheaper than anything else.
Well, she was paying $50. I'm paying at least $100 more than that. She's got oil, and I'm thinking I need to put some heat pumps in her house. A couple of heat pumps. Let her run those things instead of oil, because I think oil's about $2.60 a gallon or something like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of oil on the East Coast. Growing up, we lived in a stone house with a slate roof, and
that's a lot of thermal mass. Stone.
Single strand wiring. I mean, it's turn of the century house, maybe older. I guess the house right now is about 200 years old. We could see where the coal shaft was, and they put the oil burner in.
The house I grew up in was steam.
Yeah, so was ours.
And in New England, everybody's got basements, full basement.
Right.
And I always used to look at it and say, "Oh, it's nice. You even got windows in here." And you could see where they had the form boards, like 1x8s, 1x12s that they used for forms. And where it was the concrete would squeeze out in between the joints. You would see, it wasn't perfectly smooth.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would when they stripped the forms, they would use that as the subfloor on the first floor.
Right.
But I was thinking, oh, they put the door bucks in or the window bucks in. I thought that was nice. And one of the old timers, he was telling me they weren't sticking the windows in there because they were nice. He said those used to be coal chutes.
Yep.
When your house actually had a coal-fired furnace.
Yep.
And they used to, I guess, back in the early 1900s, they'd buy oil. They would shove it in through this window. It'd come down in through a chute. The guy would deliver it, right? You have all this coal down in your basement. And several times a day, you had to go down there and stoke that thing and shovel. And it must have been a lot of work to keep the heat going in a house.
Yep. It was a different world back then.
Oh, it must have been great when it came up, with a liquid you put in there in a big tank and just let it go,
We had I guess it was a 500-gallon tank. We never filled it. Didn't have that much money.
Yeah.
But,
well, I learned something about that. I bought 2 tanks. I figured, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy 2 tanks, 275s, and put them in there. I'll have one set of pipes out there and a crossover, right? You'll just let it flush over into the other one. One of the guys was telling me you got to be real careful with that because if they pump in, they force that oil through there at a high rate, and it could actually rupture your tank, your primary tank. He said, yeah, they'll crossover and all that, but he said that first tank is going to get a lot of pressure on it, and if those well joints, one of them lets go, you got like $1 million cleanup mess on your hands. So, so I took my second tank, I took my older tank, chopped it up and got rid of it and just used the newer tank that I had to put that in. And as long as it outlives me.
Yeah, our oil furnace was the size of 2 good-sized bathrooms.
Yeah, oh, wow.
I'm talking,
steam?
What's that?
Steam?
Yeah, we had radiators, forced
water.
Yeah.
Oh, forced water. We didn't have forced water. We had old-fashioned steam. We had to go down when I was 12 years old, me and my brother, I was 12. I had a brother 1 year older and younger. And our job was to go down in the basement, flush the boiler into a 5-gallon bucket, and manually add water until we had it up about 2/3 of the sight glass. My uncle was an oil man, so he taught us how to do it. And that's what we did. Every time we were down in the basement, you take a walk over there, flush the boiler, add some water. And you could hear those radiator pipes. Sounds like somebody with a hammer on the pipes.
Yeah. You had to
bang, 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 bang.
Had to bleed each one of them.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, with yours was forced. This here was the steam with a 1-pipe system. We had 2-inch pipe. Mm-hmm. So it was steam. So as long as the little air vents on there were working,
right,
you'd hear them pissing out, when the boiler started up.
Yeah.
But if there was condensate in the line, it sounded like somebody with a hammer on there. If the pipes were not level, if the condensate, it'd be bumping into the condensate.
Yep. Bang, 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 bang,
bang.
Yeah,
it sounded like somebody with a hammer on there.
Yeah, the good old days.
Yeah, and you'd have your mittens on the radiators. When I was my bedroom had this cover on there. If you ever been to Dan Holohan's heating class, I tell you the worst thing are these covers that people put on their radiators.
Yeah.
And blocks all the heat in there. Well, we had one of those. Had tiles on the top of it and had all these louvers on the front. And my brothers used to pull those louvers out and have sword fights with them.
That's funny. Yeah, our house did no air conditioning in this house, but
we didn't have it either. We didn't even have fans.
Oh no! It was pretty neat because it was designed to have a cross breeze through the side porches.
Yeah, we did too. They call them windows. That's all we had. We were lucky to have storm windows or screens.
I forget what they call these windows. They were like 2.5 foot wide by about 6 foot tall, and they would open in. And it
Oh,
was a
okay.
big-
Hopper. The Hopper
Yeah,
window.
the big screen and big screens in front of them. Yeah, and you'd
Yeah.
open those up. I remember
We had
one
those in
year
my elementary school.
we
They would
were,
they would open it on the bottom. They open and close on the bottom.
yeah, we
Yeah.
were upstairs in the house. It was so hot, we were sweating our asses off.
Oh,
So we went
yeah.
downstairs to sleep on the porch. We froze our ass off.
Oh, when I was a kid, it'd get hot like that. We'd go in the backyard and put a rope between two trees, throw an old rug over it, and that was our tent.
Yeah,
And we'd have a sleeping bag and tell ghost stories and stuff like that at night with our friends. You know, you get a couple of friends come over, sleeping out in the backyard. I don't know if it'd be kind of dangerous nowadays for kids to do that.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a different world now.
Yeah.
But
So how's the HVAC going down there in Louisiana? Is it busy down there?
It's a slow time of the year, you know.
Yeah. In between seasons?
Yep.
Yeah.
well, this is the best time of year to have a unit installed then, huh?
That's what I like to do this time of the year. See, what I do is I'll go to people's house. Now,
Mhm.
if it can't wait, then we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah.
But
Right.
if I can keep the unit running until it cools off,
Yeah.
I'll tell them, look, let me put you a little bit of gas, or
Yeah.
this or that,
Gas and
And then-
go.
and then around October, November, December,
Yeah.
we'll do your change out.
Yeah.
So,
See how long? Sometimes it's cheaper just doing a gas and go. If it'll last, 3-4 months.
oh well, people down here though, if there's something wrong with the AC side,
Yeah.
not the heat side, the AC
Yeah.
side, they
Yeah.
want it changed
Oh,
because they don't want to be stuck without air.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'll tell them, look, let me go ahead and gas it up, and then come, wintertime when it's not so damn hot in the attic,
Yeah.
we'll change it
Yeah.
out.
Well, now last week you were talking, it was like 45 down there or something like that.
Yeah, now it's almost 80.
Yeah, and you said now in the day, you said during daytime it'll go up to 60, go to
Yep.
40 and then up to 60.
Yep.
I
Well-
had the air on today.
And you said it was 44% humidity.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 44%. That's what you shoot for with a humidifier,
Yeah.
Well, then we get the other days when it's 98% humidity.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Let me see what the humidity is right now.
Yeah, it must be horrendous.
But,
Well, you're right on the water.
yeah,
84% right now.
Now, how close are you to the water?
I'm 245 miles
Yeah,
Wow.
we're not
from the Gulf.
that
Yeah.
far from water. I'm not exactly sure how far.
How
we
far
are.
from the Mississippi?
From Lafayette?
Hour and a
Hour?
half.
About an hour.
Hour?
About an
Yeah,
hour.
About an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about an hour as the crow flies.
So you
hour and a
still,
half.
so you still get the humidity from all that water.
Oh
Sure.
shit! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it rolls in from the Gulf.
How down? Like the water table where you're at is probably pretty low. I mean, you could probably dig. You wouldn't have to dig too far to hit water where you are.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody was telling me that's why all the caskets down in Louisiana, New Orleans, why they were so. They're above ground because you dig down, you have water coming up.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're below sea level.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a weird deal. Wouldn't that be a scary place to live? Huh? Below sea level? You got a tidal wave?
In New Orleans.
Get it. Yeah.
New Orleans is below sea level.
Yeah, they pulled the chain a couple times about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they had a tsunami like they
Yeah.
had in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh
They
my
did.
God. It would wash. They wouldn't get a chance to escape. They wouldn't. The whole place would go under. They'd all drown. I don't care how fast those pumped. Mother
Do you
Nature.
remember?
faster.
Do you remember Katrina?
Yeah.
Okay, that's exactly what that was.
That was a tsunami. No, that was just I went from a Cat 5 down to a what? Cat 3 or 4?
No, the amount of water that was poured in. A tsunami is just another word for a hurricane. It's the same.
No,
thing.
no. Tsunami. What happens? They have an earthquake, and the earth will drop down, and then it jumps up, and it makes a big tidal wave.
Yeah, it's a tidal wave.
It was 30 feet high and traveled at 600 miles an hour. Can you imagine? If you had a speedboat, even a cigar boat, you could not run it.
No.
And they had big, big boats there in Japan, huge boats. They couldn't handle that. They were all flipped over. If they had an aircraft carrier over there, to be gone.
Yeah.
That would have been a real disaster there if they had something like a tsunami that came in. That thing would wash right over the seawall, would have went in there, fill that whole thing up. My brother, he's living in Florida, and I'm thinking, I think he's like 50. He's at some place called Southport near Panama City. And I said, well, how above sea level are you? And I think he said something like 50 feet or 60 feet, something like that. I said, my God, you had a big tidal wave. That whole state is going to go under. They could wash right over. It's all sand.
Yeah.
All of Florida is sand. What if they had one of those catastrophic tidal waves? Something that was like, 100, 200 feet high. It'd go over the whole state. That place would all be gone. So when you do your PMs down there, do you go looking for contactors and all the little things that
check the capacitors and all that,
Yeah. Well, I would think, like when we go out and do our PMs, we're not quite as thorough when we're, trying to go 90 miles an hour and calls are all backed up and they're screaming for you left and right. I need you here. I need you there. Mm-hmm. So you can't stop and say, well, let me check out, tug on all the wires, make sure everything's tight. One of the things
beats having to go back.
Yeah. Well, but the thing is, the unit's working. And the thing is, if it's working when you get there, it better be working when you leave, or you're going to catch hell from the customer. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear nothing. Well, I was working on this and it broke. Don't leave.
Yeah, you can't leave it broken.
Yeah. Well,
that's why you're there.
One of the reasons we don't do residential is if you talk to a residential customer and you say, well, I got to drill a hole through here. Oh, no. You're going to make my house look bad. They're worried more about the aesthetics 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I saw one guy. It was that guy from North Carolina. He's got the Popeye beard, like that beard like this here. I forget what his name is.
Steve Raridan.
Yeah. He had put in a unit, and he put it in to where it was convenient to work on. And the customer had him come back and rotate it. So that
I had a customer,
and it was behind a fence, and it was like jammed into the corner. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, I had a customer do that to me before.
Oh, that must drive you up a wall.
Yep.
See, my boss would just say, "Look, we're going to take care of you this time, and don't call us afterward." He would. He'd say, "We don't really need your business that bad," or if they give our mechanics a hard time, he'll just flat out tell them to call someone else.
Yeah.
He stands behind his mechanics out there if they're harassing us unduly. If it's something like you made a mess and you left it there, left a bunch of clipped off electrical ties, and you left the panel off. Yeah, he'll sit there and listen to him. Yeah. But if the guy gets crazy on him, he'll tell him, look somewhere else.
Yeah.
You don't make a lot of money on PMs. It's gonna
PMs. You don't make money. That's just a lock-in customer.
Yeah. That's just so that you can,
because if you got a PM customer, most of the time when they need a change out, they're not even going to get another price.
Yeah,
they're just going to let you do it.
Well, in the commercial side, when you tell them, I got to make a hole in this wall, they say, I don't give a damn. Just knock the whole thing down. We don't give a rat's ass. Yeah. Make your hole. Do what you got to do. We want AC.
Right.
the residential. Ooh, are you gonna? Is it gonna get dirty? You know, the aesthetics is the whole thing. As long you make a mess, and when you're done, you clean up, and it's got a neat appearance. They're fine.
Yep.
But the biggest thing is they just don't want to hear the women whining about it's 73 in here. Well, that's what you got it set on. Yeah, but it's too cold. Well, set it up higher.
Yeah.
You'll never. The thing is, unless when the men complain, the temperature's out at least 10 degrees.
Right.
When the ladies are complaining, it's off by 1 degree, maybe 2 degrees. That thermostat's not working. Blah 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 blah. And they're whining, and this is a piece of shit. And I said, wait a minute, it's 70 degrees in here. That's too hot. Lower the set point. Don't bring it below 68. Or you're going to freeze the coil. And the other one is that we found was putting the fan in the on position. I got this one where they put heat pumps in, and it was an old mill made out of brick. They got one heating unit in it. It's a heat pump with a strip heater. And the lady's complaining because she spent almost $600 on her electric in a month. $600. She says, hell, that's half my rent. So I'm sitting on the ladder. I'm looking around. She's got one of those ceramic heaters going over here, a television going over here, kids running around. He's got electric toys running. She's got Christmas lights in the kitchen. They're all on. Every socket in the kitchen has a night light on. She's watching the TV, and all the lights are on in the house.
Mm-hmm.
When I started mentioning that to her, I think it finally dawned on her that, yeah, she's got every damn light in the house and every power source running in there. And then she said, but it's cold as hell downstairs, and it's like a split level type thing. She says, it's cold as hell downstairs, and it's warm up here. I said, well, the thermostat says it's 71 degrees. She said, but it's freezing downstairs. And I look at the thermostat. She's got it on auto. How's the heat going to get down there if she's got the fan on auto? As soon as that thermostat is satisfied, it shuts everything off. I don't care if it's 50 downstairs. And that's where they sleep, is downstairs. And the baby's got a place downstairs. That's where all the bedrooms are. So I told her, let's see what it is. I turned the fan on and just cost. I tell her, look, it's going to cost you pennies a day. And the other thing is your fan's probably going to last 10, 20 years because it's not going on and off, on and off. It's just going to continually run. So it doesn't take much. It doesn't take the beating. It's like starting a car over and over again.
Right.
So she left the fan on. All of a sudden, the downstairs is starting to get warm. And I said, and the heat hasn't come on. Heat has not come on, but it's getting warmer downstairs. Yeah, it's just, I try to tell her, it's like, if you have a cup of coffee and you put the milk in it, yeah, it's going to be cool down on the bottom and hot on the top. It's not going to be thoroughly mixed. You got to keep stirring it. Convection,
Right.
Takes that air, brings it back into the mixing box, redistributes it. The warm air and the cool air together goes into every room. And if the whole place starts getting cooled off, well, the thermostat will turn on and warm it. But it can't do that if she doesn't have the fan running.
Right. Well, guys, I think I'm going to shut it down for tonight. It's after midnight where I'm at.
Yes, it is. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was fun, y'all.
Yeah.
What's
midnight.
that?
I said it was fun. Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah, nice
meeting you
to
guys.
meet you. Hey, Nick, send me an email and I'll get you my phone number out to you.
Okay, I will
All right.
do it.
Now,
All right, man.
Are you guys from Louisiana?
No, just me and Nick in the white shirt.
Okay.
North Carolina.
North Carolina? Yeah. So he probably knows that other guy I was like.
No, I don't.
No?
No, I'm not familiar.
Yeah. Watch some of his videos. He's got some good videos. The guy does a lot of what's his name, John?
Stephen Raridan.
Yeah, Stephen Raridan. He gets some real shit work to do, crawling underneath doing crawl spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably familiar with it.
A lot of crawl spaces in North Carolina.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
Bobby, it was nice to meet you. Thanks for coming
Yeah.
in. I hope you'll come back
Yeah.
in next time.
Will
Yeah, Nick, send me an email, buddy.
Okay, I will.
All right, man. Michael, thanks for coming in, bud.
Yeah, good seeing
All
you
right,
again,
y'all have a
John.
great night.
All right. Y'all have a good night,
Yep,
guys.
you have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. Thank y'all for I'm not doing them long hangouts like the other fellas used to do till 2 and 3 and 4 in the morning. I started this one at about 9:15. It's after 12. I figured that's good enough. I hope you guys did enjoy it though. I wish some of you would think about coming in here. Rich, I'd like you to come in here, man. Maybe next week you can come in here. Some of you other guys, again, if you don't want to show your face, all you got to do is just hit the stop cam button like that, and it won't show your face. But yeah, some of you guys think about coming in next week. It's nothing to be scared of. If you don't want to show your face, just hit the stop cam button. Not a big deal at all. All right. Well, I'll probably do again. Oh, I'm going to go live Wednesday night because I have that tool I was telling y'all about. I got it. I got that new tool. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay, dog. Anyway, I got that tool in I was talking about this past Wednesday. So I'm going to open it up for y'all and show it to y'all. And then we'll do another hangout next weekend. All right, guys. Thanks again. And we'll see you guys on the next one.